I think I pressed the wrong button. That wasn't supposed to be the intro.
What a bunch of wankers we are.
What's going on?
Oh, I don't know.
Back in town, Radio Runner.
Just been sitting backstage, weeping, getting my biannual therapy session from VK7HH. That was quite nice.
Biannual, is this, so we're only doing this twice this year. This is the first time. When's the next time? Way into December.
You're expensive. Your therapy is not cheap. It's not cheap. It's good, but it's not cheap.
Good to find some free time in both of our calendars and diaries to be able to make this happen again for the people.
Nutty, buddy. Nutty.
What's been going on? You've been.
Okay.
I heard that you've been on CW recently on contesting. How'd that go?
I am a bit of a CW legend, so it would be of no surprise to anyone.
Yeah, but only from the mountaintops, though.
That was good, man. It was terrifying, actually. I had a look at my soda log just because I needed to be more depressed than I already am. And I think the last summer I activated was like end of 2001. I don't think I did anything in 2002. What? So I know. In fact, I'm pretty sure. No. Maybe it was 2002. I don't know. Well, sorry, hold on. We did that. We were silly buggers, weren't we? Hold on. Let me.
But did we do that in 2023 or 22? No, we did that. Yeah, we did that this year. So you didn't activate in 2022.
Hold on. Stand by. We're just going to confirm that I am, in fact, a liar. That's a good way to start. Bro, I didn't log that.
Didn't you log that?
It's not on my logged activations.
Mate, that was a 1 point. So what Chris is talking about is our famous activation in Auckland on Mount Eden, where it's one of the best activations of all time, mate.
Did you send me the log? I don't think you did.
I did send you the log.
I did.
Of course I sent you the log.
I don't think you did.
Rolly definitely logged it.
Did he?
Rolly definitely logged it. I'm pretty sure I sent you the ADI file.
I don't think you did, boys.
But
all right, anyway.
Good
story, bro.
While we're on the topic, we'll get back to your CW contest. Look at him. There's the great man.
He's a stud, man.
Yeah.
What were we? Oh, yeah.
We're talking about your contesting, yeah.
Like, I think I chased a few stations in 2020 and in 2023, but I done so like that's like 2 minutes. And then Jeff was like, "Hey, buddy, you should join this contest, this Morse code contest team and stuff. It's going to be great. It's a team event. You're going to do great." And I thought, "Oh yeah."
How did you go?
Put me in, coach. Put me in. So it was just terrifying, bro. The first,
so
that was it was good. It was good fun.
What contest was it?
It was the what was it called? The Commonwealth contest. So they're American friends. They can't participate.
They can't participate.
There was a few calls. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, but I can't. You're not in the contest. But no, it was a Commonwealth contest. So yeah, it's good. It's good, bro. The first sort of I white knuckled the first, I don't know, 6 or 7 calls. I was using new logging software. I used N1MM, and I'd never used it before. So I thought, hey, let's learn how to use this in a live environment because that's the best way to do it. So yeah, it was a real dog's breakfast for the first hour or so, and then then it magically was sweet. It was awesome. I had a good time.
How many contacts did you end up with?
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
After about 6 hours of operating, that's not too bad.
16 hours. It was a 16-hour window, and I got 2.5 contacts, including me mum.
Oh, okay. Is she licensed? Can she send it 20 words?
You betcha.
She can send it 20 words?
22.
20, she can send faster than you.
24. Faster than me? No. I operate at 40. Actually, that's a real good point, actually. Like, holy smoke, some people operate real quick, eh? Real quick.
So for someone who is sending too quickly, do you send them, what is it? What do you have to send slower?
There's a wee dial on the front of your rig, and you give that a wee twiddly widdly, and the problem goes away. That's how you deal with it. But no,
what about if you don't have that?
Then you just try harder. No, it was fine. It was weird. I didn't have any people come at, like, you just ask for some repeats, eh? Like if you're sitting there pushing out 20 words or 22 words or whatever, and someone comes back at you at 40, like it's contesting, so it's not like they're asking, how your dad is and how your bunions are. They're just giving you the cool.
No, that's for 80 meters voice.
Bloody 80 meters. I wonder if 80 meters CW is as bad as 80 meters voice. It probably is. Yeah, so it's not that. I mean, I had some sessions come back at 40, and it wasn't too bad. You just you pick up the first couple of letters, and then you just ask for a repeat, and then by the 70th repeat, you've either got it or they've slowed down. So no, it's fine, bro. It wasn't too bad.
If
it's contesting, so it's
if it's non-contesting, they tend to slow down to whatever you're sending, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I was talking to what is it? ZL3X, the Quake contesters. They do heaps of they're definitely not. They're probably not the best contesters in the world, but they go real hard and they do a good job, and they're lovely guys. I was talking to Jeff, and he was saying that at least he was working at 22 words per minute. They can operate a lot faster than that, but he said that it just scares people off. So if you're really just looking you just need those contacts. So if you are blasting out 40 words a minute, that's great, and a small subset of people will be into that, but it just terrifies people. I had people coming back to me
isolating
at 14.
people, yeah.
Yeah, I had some sessions come back at 14, real jittery and stuff, and 16 and 18 and 20, and it doesn't bother me. So you just kind of try and find them like a nice heavy medium where it's not so slow that it takes forever, but it's kind of like it's an accessible speed,
45 Auto says you can copy 1 word per minute on a good day.
Yeah, buddy.
And a few other people in the house. Aaron, what's going on here, mate? You're in Canada and you're watching us at like 3 a.m. in the morning. There's something wrong. Something wrong there. NW Hiker. Is this the famous K7 car? K7 CAR Poda that you always see on FT8? Is that who you are? Who you are here on YouTube? Is that the famous Rolly? That is definitely the famous Rolly. Look at him.
Yeah,
what a legend! What an absolute legend. This was back in January when I visited the great country that is New Zealand that Chris lives in, and we had that's France, mate. And this was Rolly's first ever Soda Summit activation. He was absolutely puffed by he got to the... Look at him, the poor guy. It was terrible weather that day.
It was pretty good.
So,
was it actually his first... Really?
Yeah, he said it was his first ever Soda activation because he said that on air to someone.
Nah, bro, he's on a few. Nah, he said it was his first... I have a memory...
VHF soda.
I've got a memory like a goldfish. So he said, he said it was his first ever FM
VHF soda.
Content.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm surprised he's not here. He's
a busy guy.
Yes. Oh, so NW Hiker is the famous K7 CAR that is always out podering. Always see you on FT8 all the time. You must have a fantastic setup because I see you on pretty much every band with FT8. It's fantastic. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a roving. Yeah, I think you're a rover. Might have to go to QRZ and have a look. But
what's a rover, bro?
A rover is when you're in your vehicle and you're moving between grid squares.
Oh, really?
Shag and wagon. Are we allowed to say that?
Yes.
Just did. Yeah, here we go. Look. K7 car, mobile on the...
oh, no way.
In the van. Look at this, Utah. That's cool.
Sick.
Oh, no wonder. Look at this, big Yagis. That's cool.
What a sweet wagon.
Sweet as. Yeah, cool. Thanks for joining in. I wonder what time it is over there. It must be pretty late. Yeah, portable 24/7 in my RV. Battery power. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, man.
Big Ben's back in the house. I met Ben back in November. Great lad.
You?
Great lad. He come down to Hobart for our conference, and we went for a bit of a drive around the city here, and he got on the radio and started calling CQ Soda from up the top of the mountain here. So it was good.
Wellington.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yep. So
wicked, bro. And the Safari. That's the roll.
Sorry, say again.
It's the Forester and the Forester.
I was in the Forester. Yeah.
Still
I'm
running?
still cruising in the Forester.
Good.
It had a bit of an engine hiccup, but we fixed that.
Oh, good.
Wasn't my fault.
It never is.
K6YYL. Hello. I've forgotten your name. I do know what it is, but I've forgotten it, so I'll look it up.
Is it still snowing in California?
Kim. Sorry?
Is it still snowing in California? It's been nutty, bro.
It's been unbelievable, the amount of snow over there. Like, we were talking to Adam, K6ARK, offline, or online actually, the other day, on the lines, and he sent a photo that was pretty insane of what's been going on over there. In actual fact,
there's 20 meters of snow, didn't it?
20 meters. Oh, was that on the mountains though? I don't think he got 20 meters at his house.
No, he didn't get 20 meters at his house.
No.
At his house. Anyway,
yeah, let me find.
The bigger peaks in the middle of the state have gotten about 20 meters of snow this season. That's a bit.
Well, you know, T.O.
20 yards.
Steve in Wisconsin.
I do know T.O.
Check out the snow he had at his place.
It's not 20 meters though, is it? That's like what?
That's
2 meters,
crap.
1 meter,
yeah,
a couple of yards. He's piled it all up on the right hand side. I'm surprised you didn't just take a photo of his big pile on the right hand side.
Just here?
No, like close right.
I noticed he's. I'm assuming that this wire here's an antenna. I have to ask him about that.
What else would it be?
I don't know. Could be anything. Could be a clothesline for all I know.
It's not going to be a flying fox, is it?
So you've got a new antenna at home.
Well, it's an old antenna, but it's new. It's newly erected, as it were.
Yeah. So you've managed to finally get it up. The antenna.
Phrasing, yeah. Yeah. We're pretty adult. Yeah, man. I used to run a. What?
It's 6 p.m. here, mate. It's past 8 p.m. elsewhere. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
I don't know who you're talking to, but it's definitely not me. Yeah, man. I put up an infit halfway, which I've used a fair bit for soda, and I used a doublet for a long time, but I'm over it. I'm over my doublet, and now I'm doing the 20 meters away infit halfway thing, which is it's beautiful. Is that better?
Is it better on the air? Because you get a lot of interference where you are at home, right?
Is it better on the air? I don't know. It's hard to compare when you're taking the other one down. I mean, there's way more coax involved, and there's a 49-to-1 involved, whereas with a doublet, there's only a 1-to-1 or a 4-to-1, and there's no coax or very little coax, so it's probably less efficient. But I don't care.
So do you have 20? Do you have 40? Is it 40 meters? So a 20 meter end fed, half wave, 20 meters wide. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
So you get all the other.
Everything's easy. Life is just so much easier when you've got either 40 meters of wire or 20 meters of wire in the air with a 49-to-1, or a 64-to-1 or whatever. It's just so easy.
Because you get all those extra bands.
Oh, and impedance. It's just the impedance is just chill all the time. Internal tuner doesn't care. It's just no big deal. You just change bands and bing, bing, bosh, you're done. Whereas with a doublet, like if you're running, my KX2 loves the doublet, doesn't care. I've got a manual tuner here, which is it'll do 10-to-1. I can't handle a bunch of it's on the edge, So sometimes I'll get sometimes I'll get some bands, sometimes I won't. It's a real pain in the butt having to mess around with that. And even some of these auto tuner the 10-to-1s, they wouldn't tune that properly either. So unless I'm running QRP on the KX2, in which case doublet all day, it's just so much easier to run an infit half wave as an inverted V. It's been going really well. Simplifies everything.
Yeah. And what are you running the KX2 at home?
When I'm feeling like a fancy lad, I do. When I'm feeling posh. But
what's your normal radio?
7300. But I don't run 100 watts though. I run about 40.
Oh,
I got
back a little bit.
Yeah, I got racked up about that actually. My contest buddies weren't too stoked with my lack of power. Yeah, so I started at about 40, and then I got guilt shamed into cranking it up, and then I sort of negotiated it up to about 60, and then there was another conversation about it, and then an hour later I was running like 85, and that's where I left it.
So you got RF power shamed?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, mate. It was terrible. I felt really, I was ashamed and a little bit intimidated, to be honest.
Yeah,
they weren't very nice to me.
Hmm.
So
didn't make much difference considering you only made 2 contacts anyway.
No,
so.
2.5. Well, maybe if I didn't run the 85, I would have just made 2.25 contacts instead of the 2.5. You never know. You never know. But no, I like running. I don't know. I like running a little bit less.
Yeah, a little bit more of a challenge. Well, when you're up on the mountain,
running
you're only running 5.
Who cares? Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all relative. Like I'm so used to running 5 watts or 10 watts that, like, the idea of running 40 or 60 is like it's heaps to me.
Well, I keep saying when you're up on the mountain, but see, that's been over a year, so I don't think we can use that anymore.
Yeah, what does that mean? But I was looking up. I was doing some Googling, and apparently, I need to check this. I should put my power meter between the the power input on my 7300. Apparently, these rigs they don't use that much less power if you dial it back. Like the power consumption between like 50 watts and 100 watts. It's not that much.
As in current consumption?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the amount of draw. Whereas, like in your mind, you'd think, running a hundo, you draw X, and if you run 50, you'd run half of that, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It's
not linear.
Yeah, not at all. So, but that's what I read on QRZ. So I'm convinced that is the case. I should do
independently fact checked.
Yeah, that's right. Fact checked by your mum. I'll put my power meter between the two, like in line, and have a look at that. But yeah, man. I mean, you probably should just run a hundo. There's also I've only got a 140-43. It's my little portable. Well, it's not that little. It's certainly actually it's not little at all. But it's the transformer I used when I was running my 817 and a 40 watt amp, 45. Those Chinese amps, $200 amps, whatever. Really good amps. I was using it for that for about 50 watts. So I'm a little bit dubious about putting 100 CW through it. It's probably fine.
Yeah, sideband will be fine, but when you start to get to the higher duty cycle modes, especially FT8 CW, it's going to heat up.
Yeah, mind you, there's heaps of coax out there to like crank the losses up. So there's probably only a couple of milliwatt actually hitting the antenna.
I haven't put my 7300 on my power meter. I actually should do that. But I read or heard somewhere that they put out a little bit more than 100 watts. It was something like some of them put out like 105, 110 if you dial it up to 100.
That is scandalous, Hayden.
No, it's amazing. You get an extra 5% of extra power. It's exactly what you want.
Wow.
But take that with a grain of salt because I read it on QRZ as well.
Yeah. So. That's where I get all my information and all my cooking recipes and everything.
Yeah.
Life hacks. I get all my astrology, all my astrology information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every month
I get my financial advice from the forums.
Yeah. That's also a good place to go for it. No, I appreciate that. Hey, Lionel. What were we talking about? Oh, that's right. Old mate Adam was saying Adam used to chase stations on zero because he's that much of a stud. Yeah,
he's just a different man, isn't he? Lionel gets his relationship advice from there.
Oh, 100%. So, where else would you get it from?
Well, it's the only way.
It makes perfect sense, mate. I endorse that approach.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, there was a comment I think on one of my videos the other day where someone said that they don't run. I can't remember. It was talking about FT8. Yeah. They run like pretty much all of their contacts that they try. It doesn't matter what band it's on or anything. They'll usually dial it at 5 watts.
Oh, yeah.
And then it'll only be occasionally where they're not hearing like hardly anybody or they're very, very weak and they might dial it up to 20, but they're like, no, I don't go any higher than 20, even though they can go up to 100 if they want to. But, I mean, horses for courses, if that's what you want to do, it's more of a challenge.
It's just habitual, probably.
Well, it's finding more too and you're finding more too with the solar cycle on the way up. Signals are getting really strong. Like we were talking backstage about 10 meters. 10 meters has been going absolutely off here for the last week, but you haven't had like hardly anything there, you reckon?
I just don't think. I don't know. My antenna isn't actually. I mean,
resonant on 10.
No, she's fine. But I chucked it up. I did a Kiwi job, mate. I was like, geez, I wonder if my infield half wave is a better idea. And I chucked it up temporarily, and then I just keep using it. So the legs are like a meter off the ground, like between some 10. Like it's extremely suboptimal.
Dodge job.
Yeah, and then after that contest, I went outside because my parents came to visit, and they was like, "Oh, what's going on with antenna?" So I went outside to show them, and I was like, "Oh, bugger! That's actually on the shit!" Like it was on the ground, like it was terrible. I was like, "Oh man, I could have done so much better in that contest if I'd actually gone outside and spent an extra 5 minutes." And like, it's just classic Kiwi, eh? Just
Quana,
bloody,
that's a sore point, Quana.
Yeah, but yeah, man, the N1MM is great. The control kit, you've still got to be able to, you've still got to be able to head copy and stuff. But man, even better than that, you can just chuck your call sign and hit enter. It'll do the whole exchange for you. You just hit enter, it logs it, sends it back, and those are just F1 through F12. Those auto key hotkeys. It's epic.
Actually, funny talking about antennas down. I was just about to start here, and I was looking at the DX Commander out in the backyard, and I saw the one of the guy lines that I've got holding it up was a little bit slack, and I thought, oh no, that usually means that one of the telescopic sections has collapsed because we've had a lot of wind. I went out there, and surely all of the wires are all hanging down, so I need to pull that down tomorrow and find out which section's fallen down. The problem is because the middle of that's got the hose clamps. You don't want to tighten them too much because you don't want to crush the pole or crack it. So like I do it up a little bit each time, but it just seems to be able to fall down. So I think I need to look at some maybe some tape. I might put some tape at the top of it, and then that way it can't actually retract anymore. So Big Stu's got the old 40 meter end-fed half wave up at home, 20 feet up, but on a 10 meter T2LT. That's the flower pot, the vertical with a bit of coax. That's what I've been using the last week.
We're just talking about that before. Like it's like on 20 meters of wire, it's going to be like a Sonic the Hedgehog job, yeah. So you might find my lobes is just pointing the wrong way. Yeah, it's unlucky with lobes, but 10 and 20 are definitely the two best bands here in terms of noise. Yeah, 80's well, it doesn't run 80 very well, but 40's horrific and 17's bad and 15's pretty bad.
The thing with 10 is you can pretty much get like the crappiest antenna you can get going, and you can still get on the band and make contacts when it's open. So like 20 meters just because of the wavelength is quite, it's quite picky about what antenna you use. But with 10, like people make contacts halfway across the world with like a 3-foot whip off the end of their car, which is, pretty bad. So
yeah, that's nuts, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my first solar cycle. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on.
45. No, so when he shipped my Classic, it come with the metal hose clamps with the what do you call it, the tubing, the rubber tubing around it, the hose.
Yeah.
The other one that I've got, which I still haven't built yet, which I need to get to, that's got the vinyl hose clamps on it. So maybe I need to buy some vinyl hose clamps from him or something, or get some to stop it. But I reckon a bit of tape to sort her out.
A bit of duct tape would be sweet, man.
Yeah, it's the Aussie/Kiwi way. She'll be right. Just use something.
I mean, just have the bloody just lay it on the ground, mate. That's how I do it. It works fine. Just put it down.
Make it horizontally polarized instead.
That's it. You're on a 10 meter polar, right? The 10 meter DX one.
You've just given me a great video idea. What I need to do is I need to lay the antenna sideways and say, does it still work when you, like not be extreme, not on the ground. Let's put it on some, milk crates or something, like a meter off the ground, and see if it'll tune and we can make contacts.
Yep. Definitely, yes. That's a 10 meter. You got a 10 meter jobby there, eh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, eh? I've been thinking about it.
Well, it's good because of the lack of room in the backyard. So, it's not that big, really. It's not really.
Wasn't it?
No, it's not that tall. It's because it's because so it's not quite 10. It's like it's 9. But because it's what do you call it? Tapered towards the top.
Yeah.
So it gets it's pretty super thin at the top.
Real skinny, hard to see.
Yeah, well, so pretty much it's like, I think it's like 50 mil at the bottom, and then by the time it gets to the top, it's like, like
skinny
5. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But it's still got the spreader at the top.
The spreader's not right at the top. It's got about about 2 meters from the top. It's got a small one, which is about this big, and then the biggest spreader is probably about 5 meters above the ground, and that's one of the bigger ones. But even that, that's not very big. It's about that big.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was just worried about like upsetting the neighbours and stuff. But I guess you're right. Like the poles do taper down real hard. I just wasn't sure because it's like they're a pretty substantial pole. They're more substantial than anything I run. I wasn't sure of how grunty the top was.
Do you have any? Do you have like you got neighbours all around and just a fence or something, or do you have like a tree or anything you could camouflage it in?
I just chuck it. I chuck it between the houses. But no, not really. My subdivision's pretty new, so there's not many. There's no big trees really. Biggest trees are probably 3 or 4 meters. 3 meters.
How high is your end fed though?
6 meters
to the top with your box on top.
No. With my box on top, no, buddy. It's an infit.
So you got your box at the bottom and you got the other end up high.
Yeah, box is about 1.8 off the ground, and then it's an inverted V. That's 6 meters up.
Yeah. Gotcha. It won't.
It's not that much.
It won't be any. No. It won't take up as much room horizontally.
I mean, I'm bloody running. What am I doing? The piece of wood's like 100 by 50. Like it's a big stonking bit of wood I got up there. Right? My pole is my mast is a bit of wood, guys. That's
a bit of timber.
Yeah, that's a bloody plank. It's a flash I am. But I just ran a big big decking screw through the middle of it, and it tips. It's on a big fence line, so it just tips over, tips up, tips over, tips up.
What, your fence tips over?
Yeah. It's
you just tip the whole fence over.
I just tip the whole house over, mate. Lets me get into the bunker real easy. Park the helicopter under the house.
Northwest Ham, he's saying, I'm assuming it's Northwest Hiker. Sorry, I'm running three different 10-meter antennas, 10 dipole at 40 feet, halfway vertical at 20 feet, 10-meter 3-element at 24 feet. Yagi beats all, then dipole vertical suck on every band except band compared to my dipoles.
Oh, really?
I wish I had room for a Yagi on 10. I've got a room for a Yagi on 6, but I don't think I have room for a Yagi on 10. I might be able to fit a 2-element Moxon in, but it's pretty big.
I'm surprised you haven't had better luck with verticals. Hayden's bloody raving about them, mate. Hayden loves his verticals.
Mine's pretty good. Verticals are probably not where he is, but verticals when you're near man-made noise tend to pick up a bit more noise. Man-made noise.
That's what I'm scared of, with running like a DX commander or something as well. Not just the size, but the fact that I've already got noise issues.
The other issue you might also possibly come up against too is, it's not really an issue for me. I've got the radials, and they take probably 2 minutes to pack up and just put aside when you mow the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's a permanent thing, which mine's not permanent, but if it's a permanent thing, Cal sells the pins where you knock them into the grass, and then after 6 months they disappear into the ground, and you can just mow straight over the top of them, and you don't even actually see your radials. Your radials just go straight into the ground. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't really have. How long are your radials?
2.5 meters long each.
Oh, they're tiny, mate. Yeah, right.
So the radius is the radius of the whole antenna is about 5 meters, 5 meter radius. But if you've got less room, you can just chuck them up against the fence or something. It doesn't really matter.
So what he does is your radials are 2.5, and you've got a 5 meter radius. Do you mean diameter?
Sorry, diameter. 2.5 meter. Gotcha. 2.5 meter radius. Yeah.
5 meter. 5 meter diameter. Yeah.
And then what he does is you just bunch your radials up so that effectively you have an equivalent wavelength on, of radials.
Sweet.
All bunched up.
Cal did some really good videos on that, on the length of how short your radials can be. Yeah. Crazy short. Really?
Yeah, so he's talking about verticals being noisy even in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's a bugger. What?
See, 10 meters is pretty quiet here. It's actually surprisingly quiet here, but
it's quiet here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, interesting to see that.
I wonder if he has issues with solar power in terms of noise.
Yeah, running off grid. I used to have solar, like home solar, and when I got that installed, I made sure that I did some research about which ones were the best inverters to use.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
stay away from the microinverters that go on your roof because they're like literally, they're just going to radiate crack. Yeah. So I went with the Fronius brand, which is like some German brand, which is really good. SMA is the other good one. But yeah, they can chuck out quite a heap of noise.
Have you had a crack with loop on grounds? Like Kiwi?
Not on the ground, no.
Yeah, I played with them, but I don't have two inputs. I don't have two antenna ports, so it's a real pain.
So I've it's not really, it wasn't really an on the ground loop. It was I had it elevated a few meters above the ground. I ran a 80 meter full wave loop back about 14 years ago because I had an issue where I'd run 80 meters at home and all of a sudden one day, and I think it was one of the neighbors that bought a plasma TV back in the day, and there was all this trash on 80 meters. And I had a inverted V. So what I did was I put up this full wave loop on 80, chucked that onto an antenna switch, absolute beauty, received everything, quiet, no noise, absolutely beautiful. As soon as I go back to the vertical, back to the inverted V, no good.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You're Googling that DX Engineering TXRX switch.
Yeah, I looked at those a while ago. What's it worth? $335 US. Good Lord.
Lionel, do you need a bit of room for a loop on the ground? Depends on what band. Depends on what band, doesn't it?
They're quite small. You can get away with quite a small one.
Small loop.
Yeah, like 2.5 meter sides of your square. Yeah, like you chuck it into a square. And when I chuck them down, it's like 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and like a diamond.
Yeah, big Pete, 3YE. He's got a couple of magnetic loop and a couple of loop videos on his channel where it's just like he literally, you know what he's like. He just got a whole bunch of scrap and just put them together. There's one guy that uses a loop in my club on 160 meters. Got a big thumping capacitor on it. Yeah, Quiner's right.
I think that's probably 10 through 40. You can get a reasonably small one.
Oh, 10 meters would be tiny. Yeah.
10 through 40.
Even 20 is pretty small. Yeah.
Man, that's bloody expensive. That's like, what is that Kiwi? It's probably like plus shipping. It's probably $1,000 for that switch.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 sheep dollars or something.
Yeah, that's right. 100,000 Thingo bucks.
Yeah. No, it's cheaper. Our dollar's better than yours, but only a fraction.
Oh, is it? Is it, my son? AED. What is it? No, it is actually.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more.
I know, because it was cheap for me to come to your country.
Isn't there a thing you can buy that puts a little like RCA port, another antenna port in the back of your 7300? I feel like you're thinking of the pan adapter. Yeah, that's right. Maybe. Oh,
so you can have
it's not
a separate receiver. Yeah. So you're literally just tapping into what you're already plugged into your receiver, I think.
Yeah, right.
It'd
be nice to have a
70.
receiver.
Well, the next radio that I was looking at, which I keep banging on about but haven't got it yet, is the 7610, which has 2 antenna ports, but then it's also got, I think it's 2 receive ports as well.
Mm.
So you can have all the ports.
Yeah. For a while, I was thinking about running a log, but
quad antennas on CB and 10 meters, they're massively popular. Even on 20 meters, are massively popular.
Big squares, eh?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was thinking about running. At one point, I was thinking about using my KX2 as my receiver and chucking a log on that, and just using that as my ears, and then just TXing on whatever on the 7300, and get around it that way. Because I've got plenty of radios,
More radios than you can poke a stick at.
Yeah, exactly. I could bloody buy a new 7300 almost for the amount of that TX switch it cost me.
Yeah, just about. Then you could transmit on it too.
Oh damn! Yeah, you could transmit on it too if you like to kill worms. You'd have a great time. Real good time, buddy. I might try that. I might try that. just RX on it because the receiver on the KX2 it's just mind-blowingly good. It's such a good radio. Hellycraft is the business, man. Those guys know what they're doing. Legends.
Maybe I should buy an FT DX10, which is like the best receiver on the Sherwood thing, and have that sitting as just the dedicated receive-only rig.
Yeah, if you're good at amateur radio, you might need that, mate. But, scumbags like us, we don't need that.
We're the gutter operators.
Exactly. 817's more than we deserve.
You ever had an 817?
I've got one, bro. I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, man. I really like my 817.
Man, you've got all these radios that I don't know about, and all of a sudden I'm finding this whole nother side to you. You've got all these radios, and...
Don't judge me for owning a Yaesu, my friend. It just is what it is.
Well, at least you're balanced. You own an Icom, an Hellycraft, and a Yaesu.
Yeah, that's right. But if I was going to buy a new radio, I'd buy Hellycraft.
So. Yeah, but
I don't have.
They're good, but they're expensive, right?
They are ridiculous. Like they're terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, but they're good.
They're good. I don't know a Kenwood. That'd be nice.
Well,
I love those things.
Well, let me just quickly say, Kawana's saying he's got some obsession with tuning up the gutters. Well, Josh tuned up some lawn chairs in his gutter once. That was interesting.
It didn't work that well.
Kenwood, funny you mentioned Kenwood because I've been looking for... Kenwood used to make an old APRS handheld and a APRS mobile radio, VHF radio for the car. Oh, okay. And they're discontinued, and I went... discontinued. You can't get them, and I went looking today for more Kenwood radios because I'm like, do Kenwood actually make any more radios? And I had a look in my QST magazine, and there's like a Kenwood full page thing on the back thing. I'm like, well, they do make radios, but they're not. They're obviously not making too many radios. Like, I don't know. I think it's one of those things in ham radio that no one actually really knows what Kenwood is doing at the moment.
Right.
I think there was a chip because I think they had a chip fire. There was a fire at a factory or something with all the chips. So they literally all they had was the stock they've got, and they can't make any more radios or something. That's what I heard. But
oh wow, that's terrible.
Aaron's right though. They do make amazing radios, but I fear and worry that they're starting to get out of the game and they're more interested in making car stereos for your car, stereos for your car or for your home or something. But
I've never used one. Yeah, I've got a reasonable sized mag-loop out there as well, but it's manually tuned. So, and it wasn't really like my noise is bloody everywhere, mate. So it was kind of like trying to null out the universe. It wasn't like it was it's coming from there. As I was, it was like maybe an S unit of difference as you spin it around.
Hold on a minute. I think that's the one I'll look at. And that's the thing too with the nulling out. You want to be able to null the VKs out when you can, right?
Oh, God, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Mate, oh yeah. I don't know who I was working. Oh, last night. I was working at a Japanese station. And there I was, calling CQ Banana. Calling for about 15 minutes. Started to get some stations coming back. That was all sweet. There I was, worked the JH station, no problem. It was a bit of fading, but that's all good. We got it done. And then I start calling CQ again, and then there's a VK station comes in. I'm like, oh, sweet, VK station. Anyway, so I try to work the VK station. He starts trying to call this Japanese station. I was like, oh, cool, buddy. So I went from 40 watts to 100 watts real quick and went back onto auto CQ. Unbelievable. People these days.
Well, so they've got. This was the one that I saw. This is the 990.
Ooh, so, look at that! What a honey.
That's the 200 watt one, I think. Oh. Then they've got the back page one, which is the 890, which is the
beautiful
100 watt. Maybe they're just not. Maybe they're just making HF radios and they're not interested in VHF anymore or something. I don't know.
Maybe I should just work harder and buy some sweet radios.
Or maybe you could just buy sweet radios rather than work harder.
Yeah, I've been on a kick. I've been on like a spend less money kick, buy less garbage kick. I'm kind of digging it.
That's no fun. This is the radio that I've been looking for, but I can't. They're like literally impossible to find.
I know. Look at all those knobs.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's plenty of knobs.
Knobs everywhere, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what.
Cheers, John.
I think they're just getting out of it. So
that's a shame, mate. Yeah. Have you done? You should do another. You should do another video with ham radio operator numbers, bro. Those numbers always smash it. They're always really interesting. Is there a new batch of data out for this year? Or last year, or whatever the next cycle of. You know what I
don't know. That video was hard to put together because what had happened was the IARU, which is the International Amateur Radio Union, they basically did their last, what do you call it, census. It was like a census of data, and it was in 2000, which is like 23 years ago. That is the last source of truth for data. Now, if you need to get anything, you literally have to rely on either second or third hand information, or you need to go to each areas or each country's like licensing place to get, the proper numbers. So like Australia is easy because we can export all the data because it's all in a register. Yeah. That's easy. The United States is really easy too because the ARRL and the FCC post how many licenses there are, so that's easy. But then you get into some of the other countries like Japan. You found conflicting information. It's ridiculous. Like they've lost like half their hams in like literally 10 years or something. Yeah. They went from like that. They were like 1.3 million or something like that, and they're down to like 300,000 or something. UK is going up. I got a lot of comments on that video too, going, "Oh, what about this country? What about that one? What about this one? You missed mine out." And it's like, well, I didn't miss yours out. We just didn't have any data. Like, there's no data. And then someone will send like a link to like Google. That'll be some random page that someone's written up saying, Brazil has 70,000 hams, and I'm like, well, that's nice, but like,
where are they?
That's not that's not confirmation, though. That's not official. It's just what someone's written in an article somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, Lindsay. Man. Well, what I'll do, bro, for the next one, I'll just jump on QRZ and write you an article. I'll just bloody check your numbers into QRZ, get a few likes, and there you go.
You've used ChatGPT, obviously, haven't you?
Yeah, bro. When you want the wrong answer, chat that's the place to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're going now. Let's go and ask it. See how many. Which country do you want?
Brazil.
You want Brazil?
It's real dodgy, that thing, mate. It's so eloquent. It's really good at sounding like it knows what it's talking about. A lot of the time, it's just total triple A.
But no. First of all, we do need to set a baseline though. Let's go. How many ham radio operators are in New Zealand? Because you know the option. You know that, don't you?
It's a couple.
Come on. Oh, as of 2021. Okay, there are approximately 5,000. Okay, cool. How many ham radio, you reckon, operators are in Brazil? 32,000, apparently.
What about Oz? Because Oz numbers are easy.
How many ham radio operators in...
Yeah, that's it, John. Exactly. Registered versus legal.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. We've talked about this before. And it doesn't. It's trying.
It doesn't like that at all.
Where's down under? Yeah, it's trying real hard.
It's trying to.
As of. Oh, yeah, it's about right.
Okay, no, that's right. Yeah, that's about right. It's actually slightly less than that because the problem is you got to take out beacons and repeaters and all those people who have more than one license.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's the thing. We talked about this before. It's like, how many hams are in Canada? But
Canada.
Yeah, it's the real difference is like, it's like, do you want 10 basically non-existent ghost hams, or do you want 10 quality active hams?
Yeah.
And I'd like quality active hams. Oh yeah.
Well, it's got it right. It's got it right so far. Maybe I should do another video.
Ask how many amateur radio operators are on the moon. Yeah. That's nice. Send it.
Come on, hurry up. I'm just waiting for.
Just wag it.
You can't send it while it's still thinking about it.
Okay.
It'll come up with some stupid thing saying, "I don't know currently how many operators are on the moon."
Well, it's taking the same amount of time as it took to try and figure out where Australia was. So.
Yeah, she's struggling a little bit. We haven't done Canada yet. We'll check Canada and then we'll.
Yeah.
We could do a whole stream just asking ChatGPT stupid questions about ham radio.
We could do. What is it? Network error. You joke.
Is that a conspiracy? Conspiracy? Oh.
Prove it.
It's getting a bit sad now.
I can't let you do that, dude.
I actually asked. I'll show you something that I did ask it. Yeah. Blah blah.
I got it. I asked it to compare two radios, like the KX2 and the 817. It just got so much stuff just factually incorrect. I was really surprised.
Last time, I asked it this the other day, giving 10 negative reasons for being a ham radio operator, because most people will be like, oh, it takes a lot of time, it costs a lot of money, all this sort of stuff. This is what ChatGPT will come up with. It just turns them straight around. Potential. Oh, no, it's going to tell us now. It told me the other day, it said, I'm an AI language model and I cannot be negative or something like that. Now it's actually telling me. Well, there you go.
Stay up to date with changing technologies. Is that
cost, time, commitment? That's true. Complexity is a big one. Limited social interaction. Yeah, true. Well, I don't know about that.
The range of ham radio communication is limited compared to other forms of communication, such as the internet.
The internet or cell phones? Really? Okay. Interference? Limited availability of equipment. Oh, yeah. Well, that's true because we're just talking about Kenwood. Limited emergency capability.
What? Oh, man. This is going to get people raging.
ChatGPT is shitting all over ham radio at the moment, isn't it?
It's not always reliable or readily available.
Legal restrictions. No. What's the last one? Perceived lack of relevance. Oh, dear.
Oh, the truth hurts. It hurts real bad. Yeah. What did ask it? Ask it for reasons why. Oh, yeah, Canada. And then ask it why the inverse. Ask it the inverse question so we can share
the positive.
Yeah.
Do we ask for 10? See if it struggles for 10.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah. That's Stuart says ask what the best ham radio YouTube show is. Yeah.
70,000 in Canada. That's more than I thought. Okay. Well, see, because of Stuart, we better ask the UK.
Yeah, Aaron said it was 70K.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sweet. How many ham radio operators in the UK?
Be nice if it just said the number.
Just for Stu. Yeah, rather than giving us...
Bloody triple.
75,000. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what, it makes VK look bad, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But most things do, mate.
So we want to go give us 10...
before we do that, do this, and then I want to see what the answer is to what's the best ham radio YouTube show.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe top 5.
Give me 10 positive reasons for being a ham radio operator. Certainly. Oh, that was quick. Wow. Hang on, emergency communication. You just said that was bad. Technical knowledge.
This was a problem before.
Community was a problem too. Public service, travel, personal challenge, STEM.
What the hell does 5 travel? What does communicating with other people have to do with travel?
Lifelong learning. Fair enough.
What a load of dribble. What a load of dribble.
It'll say something like,
gotta give it a top. What are the top 5?
Give me a top 5 ham radio shows on YouTube. It's just going to say I can't give.
Sure.
Oh, here we go. Channels. Ham radio concepts. Ham radio crash course.
There it is.
KV9
VBR. Nice.
Dex Commander.
Nice.
K688. Another 5. Keep going.
Get scraping.
No, you're giving me that. Hang on. Run by Jeremy. Ham radio concepts is not run by Jeremy. Dex Engineering. Ham radio prepper.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. What about ham radio DX?
Oh my god!
Completely blanking
it just slapped you in the face and gave you an Oscar hotel.
It's completely blanking me. DX Engineering. DX Commander. Hey! Run by Adam!
Adam!
Hang on, what's going on there?
Oh no!
No, it's not Adam. All right, final one. How many?
I love how Adam's videos provide valuable insights into operating techniques, propagation, and equipment for He's
only on 20 meters.
Adam's the man.
What are the top countries? What are the top 10 countries by ham radio operators? Does that make sense? What are the top 10 countries by ham radio operator population? US would be number 1, obviously.
Very little lie to us.
It's going to... Adam runs your YouTube. Well, apparently. I'm sorry, my previous outdated information. Here are the top 10. According to the international...
It must be because Adam used to run ham radio DX. You know what I'm saying? That's what's the
well, how is that correct? United States is number 1, but Japan's number 2 at 1.2 million. Well, that's not right anyway. 100,000 in Thailand. Actually, China and because China, I think, had restrictions on ham radio operations, and then they've sort of lifted that, so it's kind of increased as well.
All right.
Well, now it's saying UK's 80,000.
They told us it was what? This is just nonsense, mate. The machine is. Tell it the answer was unacceptable. There you go. And why? It's not Adam, bro.
Adam who? Oh, come on. He just goes by Adam.
Ask his call sign. What's his call sign?
NW Hiker, Japan was so far above USA, but not anymore, as far as I am aware.
What's his last name then?
No, we've already asked that. It said doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
Has not publicly disclosed their call sign.
It's got no idea what it's talking about, mate. You could tell it anything. Say, oh no, my mistake. It's actually run by Susan.
Hey, there we go.
So tell her you made a mistake, and it's actually Susan.
No, it's going no.
This is the end of the world as we know it, mate.
Actually, Lionel's correct. It thinks you're the smoking ape. Who is the smoking ape? Oh, we could out him here. We could out him. It's thinking about it.
It's hitting NSA firewalls.
The Smoking Ape is a YouTube channel run by a ham radio operator named
Hayden.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin. It's Kevin. It's related to firearms, outdoor activities, and survival skills.
Oh my goodness!
On his channel, Kevin. I thought it was Clarence.
Alan.
The Smoking Ape channel has gained a large following. And Kevin is well respected. Hurry up, it's lagging a little bit. You're wrong, his name is Clarence. You're correct. Good. Did you have your channel before 2021, bro?
I don't know. Probably not.
Ah,
good. That's not my call sign.
Oh. I don't know why I put you in ZL1 land.
Anyway.
Nah, no good.
Good. That's how we like it. That's how we like it. I'm sorry, everyone.
We need to do a. We definitely need to do a whole. We need to do a whole stream on ChatGPT and asking it stupid questions. And Liberty screen captured the Smoking Ape answer. Yeah, good. Kevin.
Oh, that's
all right, bro. Jeez, we're only supposed to be on for half an hour. We're nearly up to an hour. What's going on?
Well, you betcha. Right.
Oh, thanks for taking the time to jump on again. It's been a while. We might see if we can look at doing this every 2 weeks rather than every week. Our schedules are not quite aligning, right?
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. All right, cool. Time to say thank you to all the supporters as always. We got old Bob, Big Bob. We got Kevin. Kevin's in there too.
Kevin.
Fep Labs, VK Radio Ham, Big Steve, KO4 AFL, Ross, Don's in there, Hayden, the good Hayden, the other Hayden, Old Fart on a BMX, Hops and Ham ZL4RY,
got new ones, buddy.
SY, Hiking and Ham, and everyone else on the list. Thanks for all of the positive comments, and it's good to be back and having a bit of fun and just shooting the shit, basically.
100%.
Anything you want to add? Anything you want to add before we sign off?
Chat GPT sucks.
Yeah. See you, bros.
Cheers, guys.
Because we'll offend all the blokes on QRZ and on 80 meters, why can't I get this right?
Okay, shall we get on with the show? What am I doing with my life? Bloody lost it. Stop making that noise. Stop making that noise.
He needs some milk.